Box, and he told me every off-season workout, every practice rep they have in mind, the past just wasn't good enough. And with 9 super seniors, the leadership and understanding of schemes is the best he has seen. The goal of 7-win seasons are gone. They want 10 wins in an ACC championship. Head coach Dave Clawson knows.
Snapped quickly, living in third and short.
Keep it on the ground. A steady dose of Beal Smith straight ahead. Gets a good push from that offensive line and picks up 5 more and a first down.
Wake Forest to third down and medium.
Crowd ignites on 3rd and 5. Passes caught. Perfect throw right to A.T. Perry, who is closely covered by Johnson.
Boy, I mean, blanketed. 68% for Sam Hartman on the season, and that's why. Throws like that last one.
Threads the needle on that one, and then is on target again. Complete at the 40. That's Jaquari Roberson.
On the other side, complement one another extremely well.
2nd and a yard. Again, they go up tempo. You won't see a ton of huddling for Wake Forest. Beal Smith straight ahead. He'll pick up a first down yard. Devontae.
The pace to get a personnel grouping on the field and keep them there.
Hartman, all kinds of time, looking deep, wide open target, caught at the goal line, and a touchdown for Taylor Morin. 39 yards and a score. An impressive opening drive for the Demon Deacons.
You get so concerned about A.T. Perry.
11 players on this Wake roster from the state of Virginia, so you know that's extra special for him. And an extra special opening drive for Wake Forest. Wants to participate in UFC one day, so he's not going to be afraid of a hit by a middle linebacker. The lefty triggers one out in the flat, complete. And banging his way into the 40-yard line is Mike Hollins.
But plays well beyond his years.
Ronnie Walker, the lone back on 3rd and short. Armstrong with time. Coxon fires, complete. Threads the needle. Right to Dontavian Wicks for a first down.
That's the 71% completion percentage you see.
Wicks had a 40-yard touchdown reception on a go route last week against FSU. First down in Wake Forest territory. Breaking tackles, penalty flags on the play.
Yeah, those are holding flags flying in.
It certainly looked like it as Hollins picked up 5, but this one likely going back.
Foul. Face mask.
Oh, wow.
Number 1.
Wow.
15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
That is on Kamara, the defensive tackle, after a Wake Forest 9-play touchdown drive of their own. Rodriguez in the game. The utility man will give it off to Armstrong, and Armstrong is lassoed down for a big-time loss. That is the outside linebacker, Luke Masterson. Their offensive numbers have been video game-like. 3-man rush on 3rd down and 19. Armstrong taps, fires, and again right on target. My goodness.
The accurate quarterback when he pulls it down.
Woods has 7 inches on Kalen Carson. Instead, he looks the opposite way, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Woods in the flat. And the drive stalls on 3rd and goal. We'll see if Virginia has any notion of going for it.
Set a school record for a season in that category.
Play number 15 of the drive. Armstrong looks right, now over the middle, into double coverage, and almost picked off. Either way, it'll be Wake Forest football as the defense tightens up inside the 10-yard line and put him in Charlottesville.
Don't be surprised if they don't throw it here.
Hartman finds that mesh point, then gives it off to Beal Smith. Breaking tackles, first down yardage for Christian Beal Smith, the junior out of Winston-Salem. A pick on 3rd and 2. Hartman, clean pocket, high throw, but reeled in by the 6'1" Jaquari Roberson. You look at the talent, you feel like they're better than that. They just haven't shown it as of yet. I'll tell you who has shown it. Sam Hartman, again on target. That is A.T. Perry, a 6'5" sophomore out of Lake Worth, Florida, who somehow fell through the cracks.
A helmet.
As Jameer Carter and Brown on the hit, wide open over the middle. Whitehart, the tight end, all the way down to the 26-yard line. That's only his 2nd catch of the year.
It happened when a group of guys decide to stay together and reach, try to reach a goal.
Hartman out of the pocket, checks off a couple of reads, then throws, but it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like it was right on target for Roberson, but he cannot hang on, at least from 46. Left, right, and through. 17 consecutive field goals. That's #1 in the country.
He's a 3-down back where you can do all three you execute all three phases of the position.
Armstrong tosses in the flat. There's Billy Kemp. Billy Kemp, who's been electric already this season, will tiptoe out of bounds after first down yardage and a gain of 13.
Well, and he never broke stride. That ball to run the football later on.
How about Kemp again? Little end around. Kemp turns it upfield, barging into Wake Forest territory, and another first down.
That's a pass. You know, a lot of fans will say, oh yeah, they're running the football. No, you got a guy that really knows how to tote the mail.
3 wide on first down. Clean pocket for Armstrong. Missiles one complete at the 29-yard line. Big time play. And another first down, Dontavian Wicks. But he says,
I was shocked when he said that.
I know Andre knows where his Heisman is. I know that.
You're right.
Second down, a little throw underneath to Billy Kemp. But, you know, spoken like a true former offensive lineman, Robert and I told us everything starts with the protection. He believes.
Side to one-on-one up top.
Hollins trying to pave the way for Armstrong, and a good lick there by Nick Anderson.
1
yards for Justin Dunkel. And the sophomore out of Great Falls, Virginia, hammers it home. 10-3 our score, 12:07 to go. First half from Charlottesville.
A very high level.
Boy, do they ever. I think a lot of people would be surprised by some of their numbers. They'd be surprised by Beal Smith breaking free. A foot race down the near side and dragged down from behind at the 10-yard line. Anthony Johnson saved a touchdown after a 64-yard pickup to a first down, so 3rd and 1. Ellis in the deep back. They feed him between the tackles, lunging ahead.
Don't know that he got there. I think he's going to be just short.
Yeah, looks like they're marking it at about the 2.5.
Of the quarterback, so he doesn't. Now I like it.
Hartman takes it himself. Good push, and it appears from here they've got it out to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it drives me crazy when these defensive linemen aren't waiting.
Hartman, a fearless runner, hands it off here, plunging into the end zone. A touchdown for Justice Ellison, the freshman.
Well, that's where it's so confusing when you play Wake, because there's no hesitation. There's no mesh point to that one. That's just, hey, let's get a full head of steam.
And the crowd here in Charlottesville has been silenced. 17-3 our score.
It started with and then now making Armstrong a little uncomfortable.
That ended a streak of 7 consecutive completions. Armstrong missiles that one complete, and that'll move the chains.
And that's where, you know,
Payne. See if we can get an update on him as time progresses. Meanwhile, it's Mike Hollins battering his way for 4 tough yards and a first down for this Virginia offense, which again,
29 times in the first 3 weeks, has yet to touch it tonight.
You would expect that number to change. Not here, it's not. Armstrong devoured behind the line for another sack. They are getting to him now in the backfield, a loss of 7.
Just the 4 men up front. They just bring 4, and they're able to get home.
Taylor, Red, Greer, Davis. 3rd down and 26. Again, just a 3-man rush. They'll go underneath and a drop. Mike Hollins trying to make something out of very little. Taylor on the coverage.
In that area.
Hartman cocks and fires, complete at the 30, past the 35, and down to the 39-yard line is Taylor Marin. A pickup on the play of 15.
Well, he hit you from
the Demon Deacons.
Running back by committee.
They keep it on the ground, churning those big legs is Turner. He goes 5'11", 205.
So we've seen Bill Smith popping open.
Wake 4 of 6 on 3rd down. There's the mesh. There's the carry.
Close.
And real close for Turner.
It's decision time. It's going to be short. And a 4th down and short here. Smart, experienced quarterback.
Looked like there might have been some motion. No penalty flag? Yeah, there it comes late. Hartman kept it, and it appears to have it, but we'll see what the call is.
Might change the
Offside.
no,
Defense.
definitely
Number
won't.
91. 5-yard penalty. Results of the penalty.
That's
First
on
down.
the defensive end, Mandy Alonso, critical.
Allows this offensive line to get up the field on linebackers, and that's tough to find the ball.
Tap dancing,
Wow.
and then going forward to the 21 for the first is Turner. He just kind of sat there surveying.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll go forward.
You think to show you the amazing coaching job that Dave Clawson has done at Wake Forest.
Trips to the bottom of your screen, and that's where they'll go. And weaving his way inside the 10-yard line. That's Keyshawn Williams, freshman out of Philadelphia. Hartman out of the shotgun. Cavaliers rushing 3. Hartman gets out of trouble, delivers, incomplete.
Great
Good coverage.
Excellent coverage. Blunt on the back end. He's a playmaker on that back end.
That's second all-time in the history of college football. Snap and hold are good. Kick, perfect. What else is new? Skiba gets it done. Wake Forest drive. Again, no timeouts for Virginia. On 3rd and short, jump catch complete near the 45. That's Dontavian Wicks, and that should be a first down. They'll stop the clock momentarily.
The change in place.
From the 45. Armstrong heavy pursuit, and he goes down again. Another sack. It's the safety, Travion Red, a runaway freight train.
Yeah, he played the game between his ears.
Might be the story of the first half. Again, Armstrong in trouble. Again goes down right near the line of scrimmage. If they give him a yard, it won't be a sack, but either way, a great play. That's Luigi Villain.
Pass rush a little bit more honest.
3rd and 1. Certainly a running down in distance, and they'll get a great gallop and a first down by Mike Hollins.
Yeah, what that does, when you can do that.
Armstrong and the Cavaliers will go empty backfield on first down. With time in the pocket, missiles one complete at midfield. This is the passing attack we've seen through the first 3 games for Virginia.
And to his word, as Clark told us about.
Shaken up in the first half. He's at the bottom of your screen. In plus territory on first down, again with time. Now flushed out. Armstrong going to tuck and run. Again, plenty of athleticism out of this young man. And Armstrong gets inside the 20 and tiptoes out of bounds at the 17-yard line. A scamper of 31 yards.
All right, excellent. Reset things.
4 in the pattern for Armstrong. Steps up in the pocket. Rifles one complete. And a second ever touchdown by Jelani Woods, the tight end. 17 yards and a score.
Been calling for it all night. The big fella get down in the red zone at 6'7". You have to be an option. You have
yards, 2:23 off the clock. Dunkel on for the extra point. Sneaks it through the upright, and it's a 10-point game in Charlottesville.
Yeah, a little square in by the line. They've got enough on that side of the ball to more than score with the Sooners.
Does Virginia have enough on this side of the ball to change the complexion of this game? And I'm talking about defensively.
Secondary and pressure up front, they have not been able to get to Hartman.
There's that delayed mesh point handoff into the belly of Christian Beal-Smith.
And you know it's coming. There it is.
That's the play you're talking about. Caught at the 45 by Roberson. Shifty inside the 30 and escorted out of bounds near the 25.
It's hold it. Here comes the linebackers. You vacate an area, and all of a sudden Roberson is off to the races. Gotta be frustrating for a defense.
Forrest has been nearly automatic on these type of situations tonight. 3rd and a yard. Behind the left side of that line, stacked up. I don't think he got there. Beal-Smith brought down to the bear hug by Antonio Clary. And he had plenty of friends with him.
Yeah, one of the best.
Beal-Smith straight ahead, banging bodies, and out to the first down. Great second effort by the redshirt junior out of Winston-Salem.
It just kind of shows you they can run the mesh.
Going with a little wildcat. And a little razzle-dazzle into the hands of Hartman. Wide open end zone. Touchdown. What a call. Blake Whiteheart, the tight end, for a 12-yard score.
Looks like they took that one out of the Virginia playbook. I mean, gave it to Hartman, and all of a sudden a tight end, Whiteheart.
Now,
yes, he is.
Everything he dials up seems to work to perfection. Mr. Automatic, Nick Skiba, tacks on the extra point. How about one-handed in the backfield? On 2nd down and 8. 5 in the pattern for Armstrong. Coming back and making the catch at the 20. That is Malachi Fields. First time we've called that young man's name tonight.
Yeah, offensive lineman had 4 guys, 4 offensive linemen return for Virginia.
2nd and long. Perfect pass, perfect route, and a first down for Henry.
Well, there's the talent of Armstrong.
Come forward. He just didn't throw it very hard, but it was a pass.
So Virginia still in business on 2nd down, and that's one is perfectly placed and breaking tackles, streaking down the sideline. Jelani Woods, Andre, you called for him. He's delivering.
Got to get the ball to playmakers, and you got
with an upset special, West Virginia over Oklahoma. On 2nd and 3, Armstrong cocks and fires and completes it inbounds at the 22. That is Mish on the reception. Cart.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh finally had the team.
well, they are running it well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are so far. Bobbled on the snap. Armstrong rips it and somehow completes it for a score. How in the world did he get that one through to Dontavian Wicks?
Boy, the ball placement by Armstrong.
Actually not going to replay this. Bob Welch, the replay official, and the extra point is going to be hammered home. At good hands.
Just short.
3rd and short. And Wake Forest has been so good in these situations tonight. Every time it just seems like they push the pile.
Capped it off with a touchdown run.
On 1st down, Hartman steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike, caught at the 41, wiggling his way to the 33-yard line. Jaquari Roberson, the all-ACC wideout.
Boy, lock you in defensively to that last look and just take advantage of you that way.
Ellison probes the right side and falls ahead for the 1st down, but a penalty flag on the play. Tight formation on 2nd and 6. Hartman, corner out, and that one of the rare throws that was not quite on target, but a penalty flag right near the spot that he threw it.
This may be against Virginia.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face.
Yeah.
Defense, number 10. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. 1st down.
That's actually. Here comes the blitz. Hartman delivers. Caught! Touchdown! Perry! A.T. Perry.
What a read by Sam Hartman. They're going to give a 2-look, and then the safety. The safety rotates in. You're going to see the safety here rotate from his 2-deep look to a single safety look. They rotate down. Excellent read by Hartman. He knows he's got one-on-one on the outside. You got the one-on-one on that in that situation to the 6'5" Perry.
Extra point up and through. Another great drive for the Demon Deacons, who have scored on every coming to America. But Muhammad Ali was 72 when he lost that fight. 3rd and 7. Deep ball down the sideline. Contact. That's going to be a penalty on the Demon Deacons. Wicks had his man beat. Jasir Taylor with an extra push, and that'll be a 1st down for the Cavaliers.
Well, they're open again.
Pass interference. Offense.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Penalties decline. 4th down.
Oh, my. I thought for sure that was going to be on Taylor. Maybe a little hand fighting, a little combat fighting here, Kark, on Wicks. Then just pushing himself, propelling himself forward. In terms of scoring for Wake Forest, they've scored every possession.
They only rush 3. Hartman all day to throw, and you can't give him that much time. He will carve you up, and that's exactly what he does to Keyshawn Williams.
Boy, where the blitzer's coming from.
Oh, here we go. Another third down. 3rd and 4. Hartman this time pressured and in and out of the hands of Williams.
Got a flag down.
Another penalty flag. That's at about the 12-yard line. From 35 yards out, Skiba gets it to go again. And that makes it a 3-possession game. Demon Deacons 37, Cavaliers 17. 3rd down and 10 for this Virginia offense. 5-man rush for the Demon Deacons. Armstrong running for his life. He's done a lot of that today, and now he gets to show off the footwork. Again, a great athlete, a former safety who certainly can run and does so there for 23.
Here.
Keaton Thompson will take the snap. Pitch it to Armstrong. Back to Thompson. Thompson, the former quarterback at Mississippi State, weaving his way through traffic. And finally wrestled down. He's going to take a host of defenders with him. Great effort. We thought we would see more of Keaton Thompson.
Nice evening.
On 3rd down and 10. Pressure. Armstrong dancing out of trouble. Now dancing to his right. And throws a jump ball caught by the 6'7" Woods again.
That's Herman Moore like, because you can just throw it to an area where you have.
Now a 3rd down and 18. Here comes the blitz. Armstrong cocks and fires deep down the sideline. Again, a lot of contact, but no call as Henry is the intended target. Carson on the coverage.
Offensive side.
I don't know if you can call a much better game, like you said, on both sides for Wake Forest. Armstrong to his right, and that one wide of the mark. It is a secondary.
So I have no reason to believe that he's not going to get a shot.
Batted around and incomplete. Hey, Clark, as we sit here on the precipice of what looks like another 4-0 start for Wake Forest, looking for their 5th consecutive win over Virginia, something that's never been done. They're trying to improve to 4-0 on the season. Another big hit. I tell you what, no one's going to question Brennan Armstrong's toughness because he's taken a wallop tonight. Armstrong with time, looking deep downfield, has all day, and will throw underneath. 4-down territory, obviously, for Virginia the rest of the way as Wicks reels in another. 4th down and 6, Virginia will go. 7 minutes remaining in this one. Armstrong lasers one complete, and that'll move the chains into the hands of Billy Kemp, who lost the football, stripped away, and Wake Forest has the recovery.
And there's the takeaway. That's +6 in that category for Wake Forest.
Often than not, it wasn't the huge chunk plays rushing. It was 5 yards here, 6 yards there. Methodically moving down the field on several drives tonight. At the 10, throw in a turnover. And here they are sitting on just 17 points. Armstrong unloads deep down the field. Did he pick it off? Great coverage by Wake Forest, and another turnover. There's another takeaway. Great coverage on the play, and another interception for the Demon Deacons.
Now that's one of the few times football right now, and just are going to get better.
Blake locked down to 1 second. It's more of Justin Ellison just holding on to the ball.
You know, you could say Clemson, had the opener head-to-head, so there's even more of a cushion there for Virginia Tech.
Perfect pass, and caught by Malachi Fields for 13 of the 1st down. But you and I getting our first chance to see him in person. He's just as impressive as I hoped he would be in terms of arm talent.
He has got some tremendous arm talent. Well, the one thing that he's going to need is a running game to go along with that arm talent. Because the passing offense, at some point, is going to churn out 100-yard games, or you're going to wind up that way at the on the stat sheet at the end of a game. That's what this offense needs. They got to find that from someone.
Armstrong has played well. Dontavian Wicks picking up where he left off.
Exactly right.
Enough guys get banged up already in this game. Final 90 seconds of the contest as Armstrong settles in the pocket. And again, another perfect strike caught by Keaton Thompson, the former Mississippi State Bulldog.
Just playing this one with a cast on him the ball a little more often.
Young man who tore his rotator cuff, former quarterback, just can't put the zip on the ball that he used to before the injury. As Darrington picks up another first down as the clock now waning seconds, under a minute to go.
That's a huge. They pressed the brakes a little bit in this one.
On third down, that'll be a first down. Ronnie Walker
Might just do it.
Over the last 3 seasons, it's Clemson and then it's Wake. Armstrong completes it in the flat. And finally brought down is Mike Hollins.
Blitz here.
Wouldn't shock me.
Nope, no play coverage.
Armstrong with time. Everybody covered. Now a penalty flag. Armstrong is going to tuck it and run and fall down at the 4. We'll see what the flag is all about.
That's going to be a hold. Big time hold.
Yeah, certainly in the area of holding.
Holding. Offense, number 7. Penalties declined. That's the end of the game.
And that'll do it. How about the Demon Deacons? 4-0 on the season, 5 consecutive wins against Virginia. Dave Clawson and company making some noise in the ACC. That'll do it for us. For Andre Ware, Paul Carcaterra, this is Mike Morgan saying so